Hello, lovelies. This is Lynn, the Silver Goddess Tarot. Today's self-care has three different piles, if you will. So it's a pick a number one to three and take what you will from each of them. Um, and hopefully one will resonate with you. Hopefully the one that you pick will resonate with you. Okay. My for those who chose number one, I have four different cards, and the deck that I'm using, of course, I opened the box from the bottom, so it's hard to hold it up when it's open. Oh, all right. The deck that I'm using is there we go. Let's try this again. The Revealing the Truth Oracle, and I'll put that in the information below. All right. So for the first one is Expect a Miracle. Dream big, dreams do come true, and you can get what you want. So expect some miracles to happen. Have hope. Have hope. Put a wish out in the world. Expect it to, um, expect for that miracle to happen. And I'm always a big believer in be careful what you ask for. You might get it. So if you are dreaming, be specific. Let your spirit guides know what you want. And I love this card. I love the word. It's just a cool word. Synchronization. This card brings to mind, young kids who are learning how to play an instrument. And then as or musicians who are getting together for some sort of performance, whether it just be for them among themselves or an for an audience. This is those first notes that are off key and not balanced, and then it all comes together and beautiful music comes out of it. That's what this card represents to me. And so with hope and miracle, it's that synchronization of all of those notes that have kind of been not quite right, and they're coming together to make beauty. And the words on this card are resonance, music, and emotion. What is your favorite kind of music, and how does it make you feel? My favorite music is disco, which kind of tell you how old I am. Um, and it just makes me feel happy. I love it. It lets, it's dance. It's about dancing for me. And the years that I got to spend dancing to really great music. All right. And then finally is divine intervention. The words on this card are serendipity, another fabulous word, catalyst, and karma. Divine intervention is when spirit steps in and provides you with the right path. And so that then makes beautiful music, gives you hope to go on day to day, and you are part of miracles. All right, so that was number one. Number two is wrong pile. All right, number two. Oh, this one is had a really deep conversation with a friend of mine the other day. So the first card here is change, transformation, newborn, and evolution. The vast majority of people struggle with change. And most of the time, it's because those changes are not controlled by us, or there's a lot of moving parts that are controlled by other people that make us feel like we're not in the know. We don't know what to expect. And it's that fear of the unknown that makes change hard. And when you have fear of the unknown, it's almost like there's this mental vacuum that sucks in all of the options that could come out of this. I'm going to leave it there. All right, so change is number one. Number two is wisdom. Hmm. Prudence, foresight, transcendence, and perception. So the conversation that I had with a friend of mine the other day, I'll come back to that. Hang on a second, because this card really matters too. Letting go, surrendering, being open, giving up, and release. So these three cards together really are what the conversation was that I had with a friend the other night. And that discussion talked about she always dreams of winning the lottery because if she does, it gives her the power to do things in her life that she doesn't currently feel like she can. Um, and the conversation that I had was, what if you take out the middleman? What if you just say, I have the power to do this? This is the kind of home I want to live in, and it can come to me. If it's meant to be mine, it can come to me because miracles happen. Um, but taking out that middleman, if you will, that level of control, lets spirit step in and bring you what you want if it's meant to be yours. Not everything is meant to be yours. And sometimes, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. It's not meant for you. It's not your life lesson. It's not your life plan. It's not your life. It's not meant for you. And so, because it's not meant for you, even though it's your dream, even though it's your wish, it doesn't belong to you. Or it doesn't belong to you right now, which means divine timing comes into play. And that is wrong time, right time, wait. Sometimes what you want and need in your life, what you know maybe right now that you want, it's not time for you to have that. And that's okay. You might get it 5 years down the road because that's the right time for it to be part of your life. It may not be part of your life right now. It may be best down there. Anyway, so back to the letting go of that control. When we attempt to control how we get down the path, so mapping it out, for instance, of saying, I'm going to turn left here, I'm going to turn right there, I'm going to go forward for this many miles, and then I'm going to reach my destination. Um, you don't get to wander, and you don't get the divine intervention of seeing the path. It may be a longer path, but there's more beauty on that path. And it may be a shorter path as well. Like it could be my husband and I have an ongoing joke between the two of us. I tend to go on verbal walkabout often, and I get distracted by shiny things and squirrels. And yes, that was an eye roll that you just saw. Sometimes I look up that way for words and spirit connection, and sometimes it's an eye roll, and that time was an eye roll. If I look up that way and I pause, that's a spirit connection. But anyway, so he's like, could you just get to A from A to B directly? And I'm like, but I really enjoy stopping and having a chit chat with X, Y, and Z. I'll get back to B. Don't worry about it. So we have this ongoing joke about that. And and sometimes you need the chit chat with X, Y, and Z. And sometimes that time, taking that time to chit chat with X, Y, and Z brings what is meant for you, B, in divine timing. And if you let go of the control, spirit can be much more involved. And I will tell you, it's not easy to do because I'll be the first one to say I can be a little bit of I have some control issues sometimes. Driving, not driving, passenger seating. There's the oh my God handle that is well gripped upon. I'm in that seat. Okay. Well, this daily, this self-care video is brought to you by storytelling, also known as verbal walkabout. I said that the other day, and it's like, okay, that's part of my lexicon now. So just came out of spirit, nowhere for me, and there you have it. Um, Please do use it as you will. All right, so if you chose option number three, I'll get to the point very soon. This week for you, or today for you, is about work, about rest, adjusting, and curiosity. And for me, for what I'm connecting with this, the words on this one for work is labor, earning money, and livelihood. Are you doing work that brings you joy? Not for me, I'm not talking about how much money you make. I'm not talking about your social status. I'm talking about your happiness with the living, with the, not the living, with the work that you do that gives you your life. Um, and I'll be the first to tell you, every job has its ups and its downs. We all have the parts that we just love to do, and we all have the parts that is like, oh, I gotta do that today. Every single one of us has that in our jobs. That's normal. But every job on the face of the planet has merit. There's a need for that work, or it would not exist. And so taking joy and connecting with it, um, being really curious, curious about growth, personal growth in your job. Um, and the words on this card are imagination, try, and desire. And it is looking out a window that has a lot of branches in it, lots of greenery in it. So curiosity in your work can bring you a great deal of pride in the work that you do. But you also need to rest. You need to pause. You need to step out and go on a journey sometimes, a new beginning sometimes as well. Refueling really comes to mind here. balance. It's really great to have meaningful work, but you also need to balance that with rest. And then this card is so much fun. This is Adjust. It is a skeleton and lots of mushrooms and fairy and um, a butterfly. And the skeleton is sitting there with his hands doing this. I can't do it very well. Meditation moment. It looks very psychedelic, that's for sure. So the words on it are adapt, accommodate, compensate, and balance. It's just talking about balance, wasn't I? So that is Adjust. And perhaps today, what you need to focus on is, are you doing meaningful work? Do you have the balance of rest and work? Are you curious to learn more about your profession? And how do you adjust? Ooh, that's interesting. How do you adjust yourself? Like we all have a mask that we wear depending on the environment we're in. We have who we are with our friends and our family, and that can be very different. Um, we have who we are just in public, going about our business, getting our groceries, doing our banking, what have you. We have our persona mask that we wear there, and then we have the persona of who we are in our work. And so I feel like this card, how do you compensate? How do you adapt? How do you accommodate? That's something else to look at. Where can you be authentically you in your life? And how can you adjust to bring that more in balance? So, okay, some really interesting cards for today's self-care. I hope you took something away from this that was meaningful to you. I hope you have a beautiful day. And remember that you're made of stardust and magic. You are far more powerful than you realize, and you are profoundly loved. That's all I got. All right. Have a great day. Take